Hey guys, welcome back to Landscape Alert, where this week we are going to be doing the breakdown of this design here. Now, I have uploaded a video about 2 or so weeks ago where I had shown the end result, but this time around, not only did you see the end result, but also the ideas behind the design of this landscape here. So now that you kind of have all this information, let's get started with the design breakdown. I should also add that I did not use the concept app for this design. Instead, I used Dynascape, which is a software program used for PC that it's really well. It is a CAD-based program, so if you are thinking of using that, I do recommend it to do designs. But now that you have that bit of information, let's get to the design in itself. I should mention that we're going to be talking about the different parts of the house, the front, the right, left side of the house, and the back as well for this. So now that we have a bit of that, let's show you the overall design here, how it looks at the very end, and then we'll start cutting things into small pieces. So the front yard, we want to focus where we want to have an area where there's going to be an area flat for perennials. Because the whole house, there is slopes all around, so we want to have this area. At the same time, the homeowner want to have some grass for the front yard, which right now I'm kind of showing you what that is. The area for sod, and this was going to be roll sod there. At the same time, we have a few different things here working in terms of shrubbery that we want to put in, and this it also includes trees. Keep in mind that depending on where you are, you may want to use this ones or not, and it will depend on the elevation that you are working. Also keep in mind the areas that weather will affect. So here you'll see the area where we put the areas of perennials. At the same time, we have a few other things for the trees, like the autumn blaze, some of the shrubs like the little Princess spirea, grow low fragrant sumac. We have some Frobel spireas and also some Colorado blue spruces on this side over here that were actually around 13 to maybe 15 feet high, very big trees. A little challenging to install them, but they look very nice. So that's going to be the right side. Now we're going to go to the left side of the front side of the house. There was an area of pavers that we decided to install mainly to make it easier for cars to go into the garage, but at the same time, because of the slope of the house, we needed to kind of match the sidewalk and the driveway, which did not allow this to be a flat area, but it would actually work better because we were going to be able to get water to travel correctly, and you'll see some of the arrows that I'm drawing here as to why we designed it the way that we did. So that was the area of the pavers. It's a bit of a triangle there situation, but once we moved away from that, we had a few trees and shrubs on the side, some goldrap pontedillas, a Japanese tree lilac, service berry, and some big blue stem grasses. So as opposed to the other side, in this area we want to have areas of native grass, but at the same time match the stone of the neighbors with what they had already, which was the cobblestone. We also have a pathway here that kind of shows you that it goes from the driveway towards the back. In this area, there is going to be a good amount of maintenance, so you definitely need access to get all around. So this was that portion here that you can get also towards the back of the house. This was the pathway was around 7 feet of space between the house and we're in it, and at the same time it allowed us to do edging for the native grass. So as we kind of moved to the back, because there was a good amount of slope, we had to install some walls and also some steps to get down to the backyard. You can sort of see here as I'm drawing on it what we were thinking, also where the water was going to run, and how we decided to do all of this. So as we kind of move into the back, we'll see the other wall that you see in the corner just to kind of keep it elevated, so when it does rain and or snow, we keep the water going away from the house. You'll see some of the arrows that kind of show you where we want the waters to stay, and also from the neighbors, and how we did a driver bed to kind of capture all the water, or the most amount of water where we know it's going to travel. So you'll see this little sort of like a duck print. For me, that represents native grass, and that's just what I use for this. It makes it easier for the crew to know what they are doing with it. So on this side, you'll see where we have the water feature and also the patio, and what we were trying to do with this area. Since they did have already a deck, we wanted to make sure that it was visible even from the deck and also even from the room above. And if you were to be down below over at the patio, you can even enjoy it more, this water feature, especially if you had friends coming over. And there was also a fire pit there to be used, you know, whenever you want to, say at night, have your friends over, turn on the water feature, and enjoy the whole area. This patio is 16 feet across, and it allows for a good amount of chairs, but it is mainly for about 4 to 6 people to kind of enjoy that area, which I think is a sufficient space for them. Now, as we kind of move along, you'll see here where I put what are the materials that I want to use, so it's easier for the crews to work. In this case, I did put the 3/4 inch granite that at one point we were going to use, but we ended up not using and just using one stone overall. Generally speaking, I like to use more than one stone for my designs, but sometimes if there's not a lot of stone needed, then I might just go for one. In this case, you'll see how there's different materials there. And on this side, you'll see how I have here my plant list and some of the pictures that I've done in my past projects for stuff like this. At the very end, you'll see how I'm connecting what it will look like towards the bearing, and also including the fire pit and water feature. And here is the materials that the crew is going to need. And of course, don't forget to always call before you dig. This is actually very important. I don't think I've ever mentioned it before, but if you are doing a project in your house, definitely call them before you hit any lines, which could create a problem for you. Anyways, guys, this is the overall design. What do you guys think about this? Is there anything here that you like or you want to use in your own projects? Let me know. And if you want to reach at me, you can always do so over on Instagram. We also have a TikTok. But overall, this is the design. On the back of it, we just want to keep it native, which we didn't have to do anything to it. But that is going to be the overall design. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if there's things that you would use in your own backyard or front yard. And don't forget the motto here, which is Dream, Design, Create. And I will see you guys on the next video. Take care. Bye.